Yes.
Because I wanted to use them, you know, so was it working?
It is working.
Okay, yay.
Hallelujah, people.
Yay.
We have the spinning wheel of death again, and I was panicking. I'm a little sweaty.
That's a little dramatic. Spinning wheel of stress.
Stress, yes, that would be better. Are you guys still with us? I'm so sorry for the delay. For those of you who tried to join me the other day, remember the spinning wheel was happening. Well, it was just happening again, and all of a sudden it started working. So I am so sorry for the delay, and thank you for hanging in there with me while I figured all of that out. And guess what, you guys? Okay, so first of all, let me say hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Today is Wednesday, March 19th.
It's March 19th. I know, because yesterday my granddaughter, Sophie, turned 16.
Oh, yay. That's right. Yeah. So happy March 19th, 2025. I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. And tonight we are here for our stitch-in. No, gosh, good heavens. We are here for our live with Lori. We are live with Lori Holt to talk all about typography. And I'm so excited. So everybody, let me see. Oh, for the love of Peter. What is happening?
Why did we lose them?
No, they're still there,
okay.
But they can't see you. They can hear you.
Oh,
for the love of Peter.
Do I need to do something on my end?
You do not. Let me unplug this because it was working before when I didn't have that. I'm mirroring. You're plugged in. Let me unplug and plug in again. You guys.
Everybody. Are you sure I shouldn't do something?
No, you shouldn't have to. It should all be. Oh, okay, quick. Oh, there's Lori. It worked. It worked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay. You guys. There, and now you don't have to see my bottom sidebar anymore. They can see you now. Oh. So yay. Here's Lori, everybody. Everybody's saying hello. Everybody's telling me to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Angela.
Deep breath, Angela. And, by the way,
oh no, you're frozen. We didn't hear anything you just said.
Oh.
Now you're back.
I said, you're going to have to tell me.
You're frozen again. Technology
You're not frozen.
Technology is not on our side tonight. What is going on? Now you're not. It's just when you get to the part that you want to tell us something.
You have to tell me.
You're frozen again. It's so frustrating. Okay. So hopefully, I don't know why that's happening. But hopefully technology will decide to be on our side tonight so that we can have this fabulous live stream. So as you know, when we talk about Lori stuff, I usually like to catch you guys up through all of the collections starting with the one we're enjoying right now, and then work you up to the one that we're going to be enjoying in the months to come. So let me do that with you quick and show you Americana, which is trickling in right now. Our poor delivery guy today, he was like sweating. He was like, we have so many boxes for you. And he told me that I needed to order in moderation. He said, you need to stagger your orders a little bit more. So Americana is starting to trickle in, and it is gorgeous. So we are enjoying this right now, or getting ready to enjoy this very, very soon. This is the beautiful Americana. Again, all of the bundles, all of the kits are available at happylittlestitchshop.com. Here's the Spacious Skies kit and the Oh Beautiful Flag Runner and Amber Waves kits. There is Lori's Sweetland So Long quilt kit. We are getting ready to cut that, like right now. It's in progress. Farmhouse Star, Paper Stars, Summer Picnic, and scrappy Americana flag, and then all of the beautiful notions that are coming with Americana. Then, so that's arriving right now in March. Next up after Americana will be Gentler Times. This one is coming in July. We have all of these items online for reservation as well. So bundles, fat quarter bundles, half yard bundles. Here is the delightful boxed quilt kit and the pretty pears table runner kit. Here is the Honeybee Gardens sew along quilt kit. We have that out there for reservation too. There is Calico Birds. There's Prim Village. Thimble Ruler Quilt Kit and Runner. Crazy Paper Quilt Kit and Runner. The beautiful Gentle Flock, and also Cherish. All of those are out there for reservation. And also don't forget Americana Quilt Seeds are out there for reservation, and Gentler Times Quilt Seeds are out there for reservation. I have to show you those. I do have them here because they're these cute little geese.
They're big geese. Big geese.
Gosh, they're so darling. There's the.
Can you hear me? Am
Yes.
I still frozen?
No, now we can hear you. So
So the geese are big.
they are big. What did they finish at? It's probably, I think it says in here, 18 by 22. Yeah, that's a good size block. But look how adorable those are. So there are 9 of them. So it'll be a 9-month block of the month. And then we always do the finishing kit at the end so that you can finish it into the quilt setting. And then after that comes in July. In August, we have a bunch of just stinking adorable notions and new colors of chunky thread that are coming in August. So we have a new punch needle that's coming in August. We have 8 new colors of chunky thread coming in August. We have this beautiful weighted yarn bowl, which is so adorable. We have yarn winders, some new crochet hooks, some new stitchy readers, some adorable new charms that are coming, this fabulous quilted project bag, the crochet tumbler, a new ornament, which this is number 2 in your series. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And then back by popular demand, the So Happy.
I'm like, what are you going to say? Yeah.
The mug, which you have been part of conversations on here about.
Well, I thought that was the perfect time to bring that mug back because
Yes.
number 1, it's the 5-year anniversary of that mug.
Oh,
And
nice.
number 2, you already know I've got many requests
Yeah.
over the years, but
Yeah.
number 3, I did that I did that image machine on,
your
on-
punch needle,
my-
right?
on my punch needle.
Yeah.
And so I thought it just kind of it was meant to be.
Yes. So, oh my gosh, people in this happy little stitch shop community are super, super excited about that mug. And that adorable little yarn basket ornament. So all of those things are out there for reservation at happylittlestitchshop.com. And then that brings us, after August, in October comes typography, which
That's
Lori
right.
is going to chat all about with us and let us know all of her inspiration behind typography. And while you're diving into that, I'm going to look at questions to see if there are any questions people have.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say that typography obviously is about vintage typewriters, and I thought it was time to do another line with the same print but all different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Brought in my V-cross stitch little board to show you that, I did this, let's see, I did this in 21. So how I did the same of the backgrounds, reversed them, and then, did like just all different that V-cross stitch over and over again when you need something to go with all of. But it's not a solid color.
Right.
And so when that came probably over the last 3 or 4 years was when it started, is they want, you guys want So Simple Shapes in letters and numbers, the alphabet, you know, so that you can label quills, so that you can make, or anything for whatever you want to do, whatever you can say in letters and numbers.
Yep.
And so, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you're still breaking out every once in a while. I'm sorry. I know.
I don't know what to do.
I know. I apologize, you guys. It's kind of out of Lori and my hands. Like, I don't know what's going on tech-wise. So thank you for your patience. Please just be patient if there are any freezing happening. Because
Did you hear anything I said?
we heard like a chunk and then not a little bit and then a chunk again.
So I don't know what to repeat.
I know. So I think I don't know how to solve the problem. I could always, I don't know, try getting you back, or we can just plug along.
Can you stay on with everybody and then try to get me back to see if that's a better connection?
I can, yeah. You want to try that?
Do that.
Okay.
So you don't have to.
Okay. I will call you right back. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I am sorry. I'm so sorry about the technology issues. No worries on the freezing. It's all good. Oh, good. We've never had this problem before with our lives with Lori. We've never had this issue before. So we're going to try her again. And we're going to see if this helps at all. I don't know. Just buffering in between. Okay, so you guys are okay with it? Okay, we're going to try it again.
Is that any better?
So far, fingers crossed. Hopefully it stays that way.
Am I freezing?
Not so far. People are saying, though, people are being super understanding. They say, please don't worry, this stuff happens. We're hearing everything is just buffering in between. So hopefully we'll be.
So yeah,
all right.
So I've been wanting to do So Simple Shapes in letters and numbers, you know, punctuation, kind of like, you know, my spelling bee book that I have all of that out there, but that's all in piece blocks, and people were asking for applique because it's a lot freer and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I decided to come up with typography. And of course, you know, I grew up with vintage typewriters, and especially my grandmother who loved to write and did a lot of volunteering for the city and things like that. She was always typing. She had in her office, she had her pink vintage typewriter always constantly set up at her desk. It was just right there. And so I have a vintage typewriter book, instruction book, and so that's what I based the fabric off of. Do you know what I mean? Some of those paragraphs, some of those things, and then I just gathered them all together and put other things in there and put it together with my big fabric that I do, like with all the different things that are not directional.
Yep.
And so in the storyboard, I mean, you only see, because it's hard to show the whole thing, but you know, we tried to move it around so you see different things.
Yeah.
Sorry, the sun's coming in, of course, in the room that I'm in. Let me hold it up. Is that better?
It looks good.
So it's huge. Like there's a lot in this fabric that you can't see. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like, it's just vintage typewriter stuff. And I love all the different colors. I have some new colors in here. And I have 12 backgrounds. Well, you can hold that up. So
yes.
Oh, well, are they? I don't know. My quilty friends, are you looking at me or are you looking at Angela? But
here,
anyway.
I can do it. I'll show them down below and you can just talk about it. Backgrounds. Okay.
Yeah, just show them down low. And so the backgrounds, I wanted to do a bunch of backgrounds, 12 of those in different colors, so that all these things that we make, all of these banners, you know, can be used in the same print because they're just all different colors.
Yes.
Now I did do a wide back with all of these letters right here that you see
Yes.
under here, just because I didn't want the back of the quilt to be the exact same print as the front all the time.
Right.
You know?
So these are the two
But,
wide backs she's talking about. One is in Blackboard and the other one is in Schoolhouse.
Yes. But they're letters, not the same print that, you know. But I wanted to instead, so I drew the quilt, which I've had drawn for a long time, the typewriter quilt. But instead of doing that for the sew along, I decided to do the buntings or the banners, whatever a lot of people call them, but I call them buntings. You can call them banners, whatever.
Yes.
Because I wanted to be able to give instruction on that, and I did, and how you do that. I mean, and I wanted to be able to leave it up to the quilt shops for the Just My Type quilt.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that can be, you know, run that way. And so let's see. So what do you want to know anything about the buntings, the banners? I just thought it would be a great way to, because I love those. Like I make those all the time.
They're so cute.
All over my house. So, and I always have. And so, I wanted to also do on a square. Am I freezing again?
A little bit. Not terrible.
Okay, so I also designed a bunch. Like, you know, the stocking, the tree.
Yes.
Circle or a square every time.
Yeah.
So the shapes are very versatile. You don't need to, you know. All of the letters are, let me hold this up so you can see. This is just full scale of the Sosa.
Oh, cute.
What size they are. That banner is. Like, is the banner 3?
Right. We did have a question about that yesterday or the other day. Somebody had asked what size the blocks for the banner.
All of the letters are about, you know, 5 or 6 inches tall, so they're not super tall. But then the shapes themselves that they go for the letters to fit on. So what I did today, I asked them to copy off like a few of the examples of the ones that I'm doing the sew alongs in. Can you, I know that sun is shining.
Yep, no, we can see it.
But I'm doing 2 banners in one day, like one day. And I'm doing it so that the holidays come first. So
yes.
Words you're saying, or
I know it just keeps freezing every once in a while. It's just buffering every once in a while.
You know, so the first date is going to be in November.
Yes.
And obviously, and that's when we're doing, you know, Merry Christmas and the Let It Snow. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Next day, things like that.
So I'll show people that. So Lori was saying the size of the letters are about 5 to 6 inches. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep, they're about 6 inches.
Here, I'm putting my little ruler up here on the letter D. Just a second. The letter D is 5 inches tall.
Okay.
The capital letter. And I have to make them that big because number one, you have to be able, I don't want all the shapes to be tiny.
Right.
I need them big enough so that they're very easy to turn, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
And so that you can make pillows for your kids, your grandkids, letters, you know, you can spell out what you want to say.
Yeah.
In big, bold letters.
Yes.
And so the alphabet, so the one set is the uppercase and lowercase alphabet.
Okay.
Okay, that just gives you an example.
Yep.
And then the next set is called glyphs. And that is all of the numbers.
Oh, look at that.
And then also the punctuation. I'm just showing you a sample of a few pages.
How cool.
In actual size. And so, and then the shapes. Okay, so there's one shape. This is one shape that looks like the candy corn or upside down, but it's big, so we do a halfway. So you just flip it over and trace.
Yep.
You know how I do with some of them.
Yep.
Some of them are full shapes if they're bigger than 10 inches. Anyway, so that's like the shapes. That gives you an idea of what the shapes are that they go on.
Yes. And they're big. Like I don't think the pictures in the storyboard, you know, give you a good idea of the size. It's a good size.
No, they're not giant, but they're big enough to
see.
They're just the right size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this right here, like this banner.
Yeah.
This banner piece right here is from tip to tip. It's 9 inches tall.
Yeah. Nice. That's a great size.
So, but anyway, so I had them copy off these so I could show you in real size, but I also had them copy off just one of every bunting that we're doing. So for instance, here's the stocking.
Oh my gosh. Look at how cute that is. Oh, that is so cute.
Okay, hang on just a minute. I'm going to try to make my laptop a little bit higher. I didn't think about the sun coming in the window this time of night.
So you guys,
okay.
well,
I'm going to lift you up. Hang on.
Hold on. We're going for a ride.
We're going to see my ceiling. I don't know if this will help. Did that do anything? No. How about? It's just the same. We're just going to have to wait for the sun to go down.
That's okay.
I'll try to. I can see myself in the little screen, so I'll try to just like go up and down like this.
It's good. Yeah.
But this is the stocking.
It's so cute. My gosh, Lori.
So this is the first one in Merry Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then here is and then Christmas is spelled out in trees. So.
Oh, it's so cute.
Isn't that cute? So by the way, you know how if you followed my Sew Simple Shapes before, you know, sometimes we'll sew pieces together.
Yeah.
Pieces of fabric together.
Yes.
Before we lay the shape on.
Yep.
That's how we'll get the cuff
on
the stocking. So you piece 2 strips together, then there's a line on the shape, you know what I mean, to line up.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's 3 different. Can you see that?
Yes, that is so cute. So cute.
Have to have.
So we'll should be doing a sew along for each month. Yes. So let me explain to you guys how Lori's sew along will work. So she is doing a sew along. There will be 4 months. So 4 different days that she is going to make banners. I can tell you. The first day will be in November, and she's going to be doing a sew along for the Merry Christmas and the Let It Snow banners. And guess what? Happy Little Stitch Shop has a kit for you that we will ship to you in October for those 2 banners. And then in January, she's going to be doing a sew along for the Valentine and the Easter banner. And guess what? Happy Little Stitch Shop has a kit for you. Like we've kitted up all of these so that you can just get the kit. You can subscribe to the kit or reserve your kit. We'll ship it to you and you'll have it in time to sew along with Lori. So we'll ship it to you the month before the sew along is supposed to happen. And then you'll have it to cut up and be all ready for the sew along with Lori. Then in April, she's going to be doing the July 4th and the tea and cake. So that's this one. And the tea and cake one is up here. Lori's going to be hosting that sew along in April. And then in August will be the final ones. It'll be the October 31st one and the 100% handmade. So here's the 100% handmade. And down here is the 31st of October one. All of those kits we have out there for you to reserve. If you plan to sew along with Lori, which I hope you do, because those banners are super, super cute. And now you can get an idea of the size with what Lori's showing us. And that's what I've gotten a lot of questions about. So they are for sure big enough and so, so cute. And you'll be able to see them, and there's plenty of room to work with. Like, they're a really good size. If the letters are, 5 inches and the shapes are 9-ish inches, that's going to be a really fabulous size banner. So that explains the sew along. So there will be four days over the course of 4 different months throughout the year, and she'll be sewing 2 banners on that day, and Happy Little Stitch Shop has the kits for you. You switched. Now you don't have any sun on you.
Sun wasn't shining over here. I'm farther away, but
yeah, it works. And look, you can see your cute blocks.
An idea more how I can hang these up. So there's the first 2. Am I holding? Now I can't see this.
Yep, we can see them.
Must be a flight.
Oh, look at that mitten. That's so cute.
But I love doing these other shapes too, because there's so many things you can do. You can put these on a quilt. You don't have to do a bunting. Do you know what I mean? But the snowman is fun because it's the same thing. We sew it the same way, how I told you, but we can move up these buttons and move up this little carrot and have room to put a scarf around his neck.
Oh, yeah.
We can,
that would be so
all
cute.
that kind of stuff. So the base of these are sewn with fabric. Okay,
Yep.
there's no sewing interfacing on the back of this mitten. It will be the backing fabric.
Yeah.
The wide back.
Yeah.
We'll use that for the wide back. And then, but the interfacing happens for the shape. So we'll still use the Sew Simple shape, but when we turn it, it'll be fabric on the other side.
Listen to that. That does make sense. That is fabulous.
So there's not interfacing on the back.
Somebody's asking.
There's not interfacing on the back of the
mitten
main shape.
Yeah.
It's only on the letters and numbers.
Okay. Somebody's asking how they are attached to the banner.
Well, just like you attach it to a quilt block. I'll just baste it down and then machine stitch it.
Yep.
Yeah. You just machine stitch it down.
And are you using vintage trim for the?
Yes.
Yep.
On some of them.
Yep.
Some of them I'm using bias. In the picture it shows there. Some of them have, we'll use bias, and then I have a clothespins. Did you see those notions?
I did.
I have the big clothespins so you can attach them that way. You can sew them right into the bias if you want and not use clothespins. You know how it unfolds. You can just make the double fold bias, or you can use clothespins to hook on lace. Some I've used my Be Cute lace.
Yep.
Some I've used my Rick Rack. And then this is the Valentine one.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
So this is like the Be Mine. And so these are 3 shapes that are on here.
Okay.
Meaning this outside is one shape,
and
then this rectangle fits inside of it, and then the B.
Yep.
Because I wanted something that looks kind of picture framey, that you could just use the square if you wanted, or you could just use this.
Yes.
Or use them together.
It is so, so cute. So
here's the heart.
People are also asking, these are the same letters that are used in the Just My Type kit. Yes, there are 2 sets of.
It's the same. Yeah,
for all kit, of the things.
For the kit, that only is the uppercase letters. Did you notice that's just?
Yep.
And so you'll just need 1 set for the kit.
Yep.
And that doesn't come in the kit. The Sew Simple shapes do not come in the kit. It's a fabric kit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So there's that. Let's see. I came across the room and didn't bring my storyboard, so let me grab it. Which one am I doing with the Valentine? Is it what other one am I doing?
Oh, it's the Valentine and Easter.
Okay.
Easter
the
eggs.
Easter one.
Yep.
Okay.
So yes, with this collection, you guys, there are 2 sets of Sew Simple shapes. So what Lori was saying before is for this Just My Type kit, you will purchase with the kit the letters set of Sew Simple shapes, which is shown right here. And then for, some of these banners, you would need the letters and the glyphs, so simple shapes. Like for 100% handmade, the percentage sign is going to be in the glyphs collection.
Okay, so here's the 8.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Vintage trim.
Mm.
Cute little buttons, just sew on here to make little.
So darling.
So that's that. And then the next one, tea and cake. So look at this teacup. Can you see it?
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. With that vintage trim on the top.
And
what did you say? It is so cute.
I'm asking you a question.
Oh,
and you
what,
can't hear me.
Now I can hear you. What'd you say?
I said, is this view better or worse than when I was out of the direct sunlight?
Oh, it's better, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
So I was
Everybody
just
can
saying,
see that.
For the tea and cake.
So
but
cute.
I just think this would be so cute for Mother's Day or, any celebration, wedding, shower, baby shower. But I think it would be so cute just in the kitchen all the time. It's a mug shape. You can spell out anything that you want.
Yes.
You don't have, these are just ideas. And personalize it.
Yes. And she gives us, in the storyboard here, I'll show you guys up close. Lori gives us a lot of other banner ideas. It's a boy, it's a girl, ABC 1, 2, 3, game day, be happy, garden, welcome home, just married, kiss the cook. How cute is that? And then this bottom one is happy birthday, which my husband saw that and he was like,
yeah,
everyone should do that. Like everybody should make a happy birthday banner because we always hung up happy birthday banners for our kiddos when they were little. And we went through banner after banner after banner of the paper banners. And how fabulous would it have been to just have one of those made? Would have been so cute.
So also, then you do the child name for a sample on there because that's kind of a no-brainer,
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I did was when, you know what I mean, for his bedroom.
Yes.
With his name on it.
Yep.
Every child, personalized.
Yes.
But so this is what the star looks like for the 4th of July one. But I want a sample of, we're just going to gather fabric.
Yep.
And put on the bottom, just like tack it on there. It's just very 4th of July festive. So
that is so
that's
cute.
That's what that is. That's just a gathered strip. And then this is the pumpkin.
Oh, it's so cute.
And this is the triangle, which can be used upside down or right side up. But I thought it would be really cute with candy corn. But it can be, a typical triangle banner for sports teams or whatever,
Yep.
Like a pennant. And then let's see. I just did a few. Oh, here's the school, what it looks like.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's that size. And so this is, and here's this is all part of the 100% handmade. So this is like a pocket looking thing or a tag if you turn it upside down, or I try to do really versatile shapes, hence the name So Simple Shapes.
Yeah.
Just simple so that you could turn them into anything. And this one was fun.
That's cute.
You can actually see more of the fabrics in here, like a bigger piece.
Yep.
You can see that cute vintage lady sitting up there typing her typewriter. But so we can just put vintage trim. So this is 2 shapes. The circle fits in the flower.
Yep.
And then you can put initials in there too, or names for a little girl's room. So yeah, that's what I have to show you with that. So any other questions? And
so cute.
That's the bunters and the buntings and the banners. So.
Okay. So let me, sorry, I keep flipping you guys all over the place. Let me go through this storyboard in completion quickly. So here are all the colors for typography. And then like Lori said, there are 12 backgrounds. And there are some new colors in here, like Cherry Tart. Yes. That is gorgeous. That red is beautiful.
I've used that in gentler times a little bit here and there. I've been using that a little bit here and there as accents more. You know, it was like a deeper red for putting into my prints, like in the florals, my red prints, you know, I needed something deeper. But I love it so much. I wanted to bring it to the forefront a little bit more. Yeah.
I love it. So this, I mean, all the colors in this collection are just gorgeous. And then, like Lori said, the 12 backgrounds. Here are the 2 108 wide backs in chalkboard or in blackboard and schoolhouse. Here's the Just My Type quilt kit. This is a box quilt kit. It finishes at 82.5 by 87.5. And again, all of these things are available at happylittlestitchshop.com for reservation. I will tell you that there are 2 fat quarter bundles with this collection. There's a color fat quarter bundle and there's a background fat quarter bundle. So if you want the complete collection, you'll need to reserve both of those. We are also offering a half yard bundle, which we'll be cutting up in-house. So we will include the colors in the background all together in 1 half yard bundle. So keep in mind that there are 2 fat quarter bundles with this collection. So if you just want the backgrounds, you can just have access to the backgrounds. Or if you just want the colors, you can just have access to the colors. So keep that in mind. That's why you see 2 reservations for those out there. That's the Just My Type.
Did you want me to talk about the quilt or?
Yes. And then these are all the banners that Lori just talked about. And then that brings us to vice versa. Oh, you want to talk about Just My Type?
Well, a lot of people have been asking me what my inspiration was for that. So.
Yes, please tell us.
And ornament box, you know, the box kits that I've been using.
Yes.
And so I really want to put in because it's a typewriter. Mm-hmm. So it just inside the box after you sew the quilt. And then should I put on the typing paper? And so that's what's in the quilt.
So what can you use the box for afterwards?
I'm saying.
What can you use the box for afterwards?
To keep your planner in.
Oh.
Your calendar, your sew and stitch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what that box is such a good size for me. That's the box that I've been doing all my box kits in. Mm-hmm. That's what I keep my calendar in now, you know, my sew and stitch calendar. I just don't have this one yet. But when I get this one, I'm like, that's what I'm keeping it in. It just makes sense.
Yep.
Because it's office. It's, you know, it's cool. It's writing, it's filling. So,
yes.
Yeah.
How cool. I love this box. Let me show you guys. It's got the typewriter on top. It's got the wide back as the base of the box. It's super, super cute. I love, love, love it. And that scrappy binding. That's super cute too. I love scrappy binding.
And scrappy binding is so easy. It's super easy.
And then
vice.
Yep.
You want me to talk about vice versa now?
Yes, please. Yep.
I did Kaleidoscope that I showed you, that book, you know, mm-hmm. That was one block. I love how these colors look.
It is so pretty.
Positive and negative block. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so the quilt works with fat quarters. The runner, I did a little bit different, and that were table topper, whichever you want.
Yep. The runner works with 10-inch stackers. Table topper works with 5-inch stackers.
And so that's that pattern.
I think vice versa is so pretty. So let me show you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the typewriter. I'm excited about all of them. The buntings, I could really, I mean, this is so me. You know, all this vintage typewriter stuff is very me. I'm excited to have it in my home.
I love it. So vice versa finishes at 74.5 by 84.5. It is beautiful. This pattern, you can also get the table runner and the table topper or pillow out of the same pattern. And we have the kit available in the shop for that one too. That's like, I think this quilt is gorgeous. I love all the colors in it. It's so happy and colorful and fabulous. And then these notions in this collection, that vintage. Oh yeah.
Before we go on to the notions, I wanted to say one thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, all the samples that we're talking about here that we're not doing, they're all still done the same exact way.
Mm-hmm.
This just gives you a lot of ideas. Yeah. But if you don't have only the quilt shops have the storyboards. So we're depending on the quilt shops to do some of these up and do kits for those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that Happy Little Stitch Shop will do a banner saying Happy Little Stitch Shop.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Shop,
mm-hmm.
You know, because that's what all quilt shops should do, is they should have a banner with their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see the fabrics that are used and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And we can, you know, just reach out to me if there's something that you guys see. Now, just because you're not a quilt shop, so I'm talking to all you quilty peeps out there, doesn't mean you can't go online and look at the storyboard. And then you can pull it up and see it bigger, and you can see the examples of all these other ones right here.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, sorry. All right. Now, what do you want to ask me about the notions?
Well, I want you to talk about that cute suitcase that I'm dying over.
I wanted to do something that sort of reminded you like a vintage typewriter case, but you know how they're slanted and I'm like, no, I need more of a suitcase because that's more versatile.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that's going to be a thing. I'm excited for it. And I wanted to put fabric in it so it looked like it was already lined.
Yes, I love it.
I mean, it's not fabric. I wanted to put a fabric print in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it looks like fabric, but it's just printed.
Yep.
And, okay, I got to find that page.
It is so cute.
So that's why I made the outside. Of course, I could do a suitcase and I could do it another time with printed fabric on the outside. You know, but we've all seen those. They're cute. I love them. I have things like that here in my house, you know, with printed outsides. But I wanted the outside of this one to actually look like a vintage suitcase on the outside. And so I made it big enough as well that your planner can fit in this.
Nice.
But project bags can fit in this. Your punch needle can fit in this. This is for on the go. Like when you need to go somewhere, put all your stuff in there, grab your handle and go. But I think it's perfect for stuff like that. And of course, I had to do red. And so I'm doing that. And then the washi, and then these clothespins are like chunky clothespins. You know, they're wide. And I use clothespins. You know, I never use quilting those. Before they ever came out a thing on like that.
What did you say? You were breaking up.
I don't use quilting clips.
Oh, yep. Have you always used clothespins instead?
Not that anything's wrong with the quilting clips, but way before they ever became available, I've always just used clothespins when I'm in my sewing, because that's what works for me. And so I use my clothespins to hang up my quilts, blocks, and do my bind. And
So here are the clothespins that Lori's talking about right here. It's just every other word it's breaking out. But then we have a good stretch and then we have a bad stretch. So
quilty clothespins because I use them as quilt clips.
yes. So you guys heard what Lori was saying. Before quilting clips became available, there were clothespins, and that's what she tended to use for all of her quilting needs when she needed to clip something. So these are chunky quilty clothespins that can be used not only for your banners and to display your banners, but it can be used in your everyday quilting.
Those pins that I used to paint. I don't know if you remember my Great Granny Squared book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, clear back then, I just grabbed my
and just painted them.
And my blocks. So these I brought in a really nice color that you don't have to paint them. They're just like a latte.
Yep.
Really fun to have.
It will be super handy. So there are the clothespins here, the So Handy stickers, which are already out and available now. And then the two sets of So Simple shapes. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to hold this up closer, is the adorable scissor minder, the typewriter scissor minder. So cute. And then the two charms there. Those are adorable too.
I wanted to do charms that look like a typewriter keys. I mean, I hope you can tell that's what they are. The typewriter.
They're super cute.
They're single charm. W is not connected together.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here, because we had to show you in the mock-up what a
those are super cute. So cute. And then we have 4 design boards that are coming with this collection, 1 in each size, 18, 14, 10, and 7. This adorable typography notebook, I'm super excited about as well.
Yes, that's like my grandma's typewriter, that pink typewriter.
Look at that.
And then I picked the prairie. I wanted to put a floral fabric behind it just because I wanted it to be grandma. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I picked the prairie wide back print and put behind there.
Perfect.
And
it's
put
so
on there.
cute.
And so I'm excited about that. And it's a square notebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's square and it's a good size. It's like 6 by 6 square. So it's a good size that you can have to take notes with your sew and stitch calendar. You can fit it in your purse. You can put it in your glove box. You can it's just a good size notebook.
Yep.
You know, not too big, not too small.
Then we have this.
Of course, I had to have the binder.
Yes.
For the sew along. And that's perfect for the calendar too. This binder is perfect for the sew and stitch calendars. You know, I use my binders for everything. I have like 2 of every binder and they're all full of stuff.
Oh, I have so many binders in here.
I just use them constantly for all of my different things to keep everything organized, keep things separate. You know, I've always just been a binder person. So, and I just have, they're all full of sleeve protectors. And then I just can put what I want in the sleeve protectors and move things in and out. I think it's great.
Yep.
And then of course, with this collection, it only made sense that I did new pencils, a new design on the pencils. So they're the same pencils, but just new designs. You know, they've got an eraser on the end and the good, nice lead. And then, you know, my vinyl project bags that I've been doing out of that vinyl fabric, that's what this pencil case is. This is vinyl.
I'm in love with this pencil case.
I wanted to do a little triangle pencil case. And it can also double, it fits the rotary cutter perfectly. Scissors and rotary cutter. It doesn't have to just be for pencils, you know, it can be for your rotary cutter and your scissors and things like that when you're going somewhere, you know, to retreat. You always need something.
Yes.
That's just separate like that, you know.
I love that pencil case. Somebody asked last night, I was on a live, and somebody asked if this print on this pencil case would ever be available as fabric.
It will, it probably will at one point. It's not a plan right now, but as soon as there's an opportunity to like that it makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I mean? To
Mhm.
do it, like I think it would be great in the home deck weight is what I
Mhm.
think it would be.
Me too.
But it just didn't make, I mean, I just kept adding, at one point you have to not add everything on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And so I just felt like this was enough for right now.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, it's a fun little pattern. Obviously it's typewriter keys, all different colors of typewriter keys.
I think it's so cute.
And I think it would be really fun, you know, for a lot of things. And then I just put my buttons in down here because we can use buttons to embellish, you know, the buntings.
Yes.
Or any of the letters. And, you know, I have several different collections of buttons, but these are kind of like my basics because they come in different colors, you know.
Yep.
And is that all the notions?
That is all the notions.
The washi tape we didn't talk about, but that's normal. I use my washi tape for everything. Use it for my sewing machine, use it when I'm tracing on patterns. I use it for, I use washi tape daily, so.
This collection is so cute, Lori. I'm loving the notions. I love all the fabric, obviously, and I'm excited about all of these banners. I think that'll be so fun.
I typically do a smaller collection in between my big main collections, and this it was like that. But I felt like I needed to have the same amount of SKUs that I do in my bigger ones because the point of this my collections.
The point of it is what?
And 12 back. With all of my collections.
Yep. Yep.
That's why I didn't just do, you know, 12 colors or whatever like that. A neutral and everything.
Yep.
To go together.
Yep. So let me see. There's so many comments out here, you guys. I know I'm not going to get to them all. So let me see if I can scroll through and see if there are any specific questions that I can ask Lori. People are just saying, love the colors, love the wide backs. Lots of question about the size of the letters. So Lori measured them before. The size of the letters are about 5 inches high. And then the background pieces are about 9 inches. I mean, they're going to vary slightly because not all of the background pieces are the same.
You know, they can be from 9, 10, 11, whatever.
Yeah. So approximately, you know, that'll give you an idea of size because I know a lot of people have been asking about that. They're good size. Like it's going to be just the perfect size banner to be able to hang up in your space. Love the larger size for the shapes. The tiny leaves, leaves we've been doing have been tough. Super cute stocking. Love the stocking. Was a newsletter sent out? Yes, Pam. This morning I sent out a newsletter as a companion guide for tonight's live stream. So you'd have all the links and you'd be able to see pictures up close of all the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. So if you go to happylittlestitchup.com and you search under coming soon, there's a special space out there for Lori and you'll see under her name typography and you'll be able to see all of the pictures. Will there be a box?
Now, like the stocking shapes to be very versatile, meaning you could use that like at Christmas, you know, like a double mitten. You can use the shape to make the stocking. You can make pockets out of them. So instead of buntings, or not just buntings, can you hear what I'm saying?
I can hear a little bit of what you're saying. So she's essentially saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but these shapes are going to be versatile. You don't just have to use them for these buntings. You can use them in quilt making. You can use them for.
I'm saying you can make pockets out of them. You can actually, the stocking The stocking, you can actually make an actual Christmas stocking.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually make a mitten pocket out of the mittens.
Yep.
You can take a pumpkin and make a pumpkin pocket, you know, to fill it with flowers, and you hang them on your,
Yep.
all of these are, they can be pocket shapes too.
Oh, cute.
And if those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's very popular in decor to make pocket shapes and to make pockets out of shapes and put flowers or fill them with things and then just hang them from a peg rack in your room.
Yep. So you can do that as well. Let's see. Any other questions? Great for scrap busting. Slide on button. We already answered that. Yes, Susie, the letters for the banners are the same set of So Simple shaped letters as used in the quilt.
Yes.
So you would get the shapes at the beginning. Stacy is asking for the quarterly kits. Do they come with the shapes? So Happy Little Stitch Shop is offering that. And you would get the shapes at the beginning so that you'd have it to make those first 2 sets of banners, and then you'd have them for all the other sets of banners.
So the typewriter is just, so the 2 sets, let me say the 2 sets again. There's 2 different sets of So Simple shapes. The first one is literally just the uppercase and lowercase letters of the alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the first set is. The second set is all of the numbers, the punctuation, and then the big outside shapes that you put them on.
Yep. Can you show the banner with the clothespins? Let me see if I can show that up close. The Welcome Home one has the clothespins used to hold those. There you go. Super cute. Super, super cute. Are they selling just the snowman noses as a button set? No. I think that is about it. Is the suitcase the same material as the quilt box?
Yeah, it's like but it's thick. It's thick. It's very sturdy. Yeah. It's like a very thick cardboard printed on. Do you know what I mean? Just like all the suitcases that you see out there. Do you know what I mean? That are,
yeah,
the art suitcases.
How big are those? Well, we already answered a lot of these. I think that's it.
So are you guys liking a lot of, you know, the idea of doing the buntings and things like that? Are you liking typography? Are you seeing the benefits of having solids that aren't solids? Do you know what I mean?
Right. What do you guys think of typography? Give us your feedback. Lori would love to hear. What do you think of the banners? We're getting lots of hearts.
Can it matches all of my, that you'll have a solid?
Yeah. Are you guys excited about having the solid colors of typography? We have people saying, I love it. Love the banners. Quilt seed box is needed. So I think some people will be using the box and the suitcase for quilt seeds.
Yeah, that's great.
Some people are saying, yes, I love it all. Some people are saying I was on the fence about the banners, but now I must do them. I love typography. I love the buntings. I like them. Hits it out of the park. Not a one-trick pony. Love the versatility of the fabric prints. Love the banners and the typewriter quilts. Love typography. It's very unique. Can't wait to make the buntings. Chalkboard. Lori has a black. That's what somebody's saying. Love them all. I'm excited about low volume colors.
I just felt like I couldn't include that in a typewriter collection.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I never try to do just one hit wonders.
Yep.
I always try to do everything that is a lot, you know, there's 2 or 3 at least different. I can see by your face you can't hear anything I'm saying.
Not that little bit. I heard you say that you had to do black with a typing
Right.
themed
I was
collection.
just saying, someone was saying it was very versatile, and that's what I try to do. I
Yes.
never try to just do a one-hit wonder. You know, that's why when with my you don't have to just make that quilt. There are several things that you can make. Like Cassidy, you know, took that fabric. Yeah.
She sure did.
Calico Garden, and her quilt looks nothing.
Susan is asking, since you don't use interfacing on the backing of the banner pieces, are they cut and turned as usual?
And the fabric on the Did you hear that?
No.
The fabric on the back would be the wide back.
Yep. So you just do it like you would.
Yeah, they're just cut. They're just turned. And
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you.
I didn't hear what you said.
The letters and number.
Yes, the letters and numbers have the interfacing on the back. It's just the larger shapes. Yep. Yep. Yes, Pamela, if you reserve one of the kits, the So Simple shapes will be added to your invoice, so you don't have to reserve them separately. So Simple shapes are fabulous. These shapes would be cute to add to the back of quilts, which you had kind of said before.
Yeah, that's the reason I designed them. I'm just showing the buntings because I can't show everything. I can't do a sew along for literally everything that they do. So I tried to zero in on the buntings, and that takes care of it. You know? But I also want to point out that you can use these letters and numbers for anything. You can iron them on if you want to. You can use wool. You can use wool to do a bunting. Just use the letters and the shapes. You don't have to turn them. Do you know what I mean? Yep. So think outside of the So Simple shape.
Yes, yes. Use the shapes for all the things. The blocks Casey over Lori's head are from the Riley Blake Designs Block Challenge. They're super cute.
Yes, and I looked at that before I sat down to make sure I wasn't revealing anything I was supposed to. But that's to the point we're at. So.
Yep. So that's from the RBD Block Challenge that's going on this year.
And that's done with Peace and Plenty fabric.
Yeah, and Lori's doing hers with Peace and Plenty.
Which is the tulip quilt behind you is Peace and Plenty.
Yes, yes, that's this. This is what we're enjoying right now. And I don't know if you guys can see this. I tried to have this be in the picture, but this is pretty petals. The table runner, so pretty.
I just got both of those back for my quilter, my personal ones, the runner and the tulip quilt. Yeah.
So pretty. This tulip quilt is.
I love it. I love it. I love tulips.
and the box is another fabulous box from that collection. Yes. So
I have 3 of those boxes because I had the prototype. Yes. Plus I had and then another and I keep using them they're all full. They're being used.
They're awesome boxes. They're amazing. So this is Stitch Tulips behind me. This is from Peace and Plenty. It's the box kit from Peace and Plenty. It is so pretty. I mean, the color, Peace and Plenty is so pretty. The colors are gorgeous. It's perfect for right now for spring. This is the boxed runner kit from Peace and Plenty called Pretty Petals with the beautiful plum rickrack on the side. It's so pretty.
And speaking of my spring collection, in these colors of typography, I try to make colors. That's why you see bright colors and deep rich colors. I try to do colors that span every holiday. Winter, autumn, spring. It's just all of the colors. So
it's so pretty. So pretty. You are so wonderful, Lori, is what Soap and Girl said.
I wish I could talk to them all.
I know.
Hello.
Yes, Lori says hello. I would love, if you want, to talk a little bit about Cassidy's collection.
Oh, sure. If you'd like me to, yeah.
I think that would be a treat for everybody. Let me grab the storyboard. So let me tell you guys.
I'm going to change places back. I think the sun moved a little bit.
Okay. Let me tell you guys. Because some of you didn't know this when I was talking with you last week.
Well, they just let people like you tell them, because that's how they find out. We can't announce it until it's announced, and then we just let the quilt shops tell everyone what's happening.
Okay, so let me tell you the exciting news, which is I'm so excited about. So Lori's daughter, Cassidy, I'm sure those of you who follow Lori, you have heard of Cassidy. She has designed her first collection for Riley Blake Designs, and it's called Threads of Grace by Cassidy Grace. Cassidy Grace is Lori's daughter, and it is beautiful. This is her sew-along quilt that you see on the cover. We're going to talk all about this during our Riley Blake Designs new release party on Thursday night. But since we have Lori and she kind of has the inside scoop, this is her sew-along quilt, and she's using Lori's Calico Garden Sew Simple Shapes in making this quilt. It is beautiful. So let me give you guys a little peek of for Cassidy's inaugural fabric collection. Look at how beautiful it is with colors like medium gray, which I'm kind of in love with. Actually, this top middle one is medium gray, and latte and green and lemongrass, and this canyon rose color is also fabulous. Let me show you that up close. It's right there. So what can you tell us about Threads of Grace?
Well, just knows how to to do the applique. And so I started, I hired Cassidy when she was 6 to do my embroidery on my quilts for when I didn't have time. You know what I mean? And her first collection, she's like, Mom, my quilt for a sew along. And I said, that's great. Which set do you want? And so she kind of looked. Calico Garden, because there's a lot of different shapes in there. And I just want to make it pieced and piece blocks and applique and her her pillow.
Oh yes, this
her
is
pillow.
the pillow. It's so
it just makes me so proud.
As you should be. It's amazing.
Not see it. I didn't see any of this until she was done, because I said, this is yours. Or me not saying anything, because I'm like, this is not a collaboration, and
right.
It just was, I knew this is what it was going to look like, because it's so versatile. She loves florals and feminine, but yet modern, but yet vintage, but yet, and all the soft colors. I really think that she has a voice, in this.
For sure.
And then her patterns that she's doing, her quilts too that go with it, I think are adorable.
They're adorable. Those bows are so cute.
And she's pretty excited. She's going to have her sew along on Instagram, like all of the, now I'm showing my age, like all the young people do. But you're like, in a sew along on Instagram. But I don't know if you guys have been following me for a long time. I had a sew along on Instagram when Instagram very first started. I did a sew along on it for my quilty little, have yourself a quilty little Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
That was on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
I did that. But anyway, Instagram has come a long way to where that you can save the buttons. It doesn't go away, meaning you can always go to, and you can look at Instagram on your phone, on your iPad, and on your laptop, just like you can anywhere.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So she's going to run that. And of course, I'll be sewing along.
It's so exciting. And somebody said, are those So Simple shapes still available? Yes, they absolutely are. Calico Garden.
All of my So Simple shapes. All of my sets of So Simple shapes are evergreen. They're always available.
They are out there, and Happy Little Stitch Shop has them for you. So please send your friends, send all your people to Happy Little Stitch Shop to get Calico Garden So Simple shapes, because we have.
And on my YouTube channel, I have a whole series, the So Simple Shapes series, where I take shapes from all different sets and have designed all other kinds of things.
Yes.
And so go to my YouTube channel. If you want to follow Cassidy and see what she's doing, go to Instagram and follow Cassidy Grace.
Cassidy Grace.
Cassidy Grace Designs.
Cassidy Grace Designs. That's what I was just going to do, was
on Instagram.
Try to share with you guys how to.
And so she just opened that account. You know, she has her other accounts for stuff, but she just opened that account just for her to start her fabric. So I think she's only announced on there. You know what I mean? What she's doing. But.
So if you guys go to Instagrace, oh my gosh, Instagram, you search for Cassidy Grace Designs, and it's spelled with a K. So it's Kassidy, Grace Designs. I'll show this up close on the camera so that you can.
Grace is her middle name, and I've always just called her like a little Southern girl, you know, like two names. I've always called her Cassidy Grace.
So that is it right there. You can go find Cassidy Grace Designs and follow her there, and you'll be in the loop about all of the all of her So Long stuff that's going to be coming up. So her So Long is going to start in November, and we have the kits out there for reservation at Happy Little Stitch Shop for both the Threads of Grace So Long kit we have available for reservation, and we have the applique pillow out there for reservation. This Rows of Bows is so adorable, and
isn't that cute?
Gosh, it's so cute.
Who knew when she did that? Because exactly a year, you know, it's a year ago that all these things are designed. And then she's like, "Mom, look at all the bows everywhere." I'm like, I know.
Bows are having a moment right now. So this is super, super cute. Rows of Bows, that's out there for reservation. And then we have the Threaded Star quilt kit out there for reservation as well. All of Cassidy's stuff, including fat quarter bundles and, you know, all of that. Show you that print up close because it's so, so cute.
And she was a little girl. But if you followed me on my blog, I started my blog when Cassidy was 9.
Yes.
Tutorials are all still on my blog, and you can see Cassidy at 9 years old sewing on her little sewing machine.
Oh
and, you know, teach your children to sew, or you can teach your grandchildren to sew. And it's just so fun to see fabric. So
yeah, and now look at her. She's designed her own fabric collection, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I think that wraps it up for Live with Lori tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hello to all of you out here. But I hope you had fun joining Lori and I. I hope you had fun being able to see typography and being able to get a little sneakity peekity of Threads of Grace by Cassidy Grace. I am sincerely sorry for any technology issues, so I apologize for that. Yeah. I wish I had like the technology answers, which I wish I had contact to the technology like gurus, but hopefully you guys were still able to enjoy the live stream and still able to get the vibe of typography and Threads of Grace. And I hope you're excited about it. It sounds like you all are. So we'll get to enjoy this collection in October. And right now you can go and reserve all your goodies at happylittlestitchshop.com. So thank you so, so much, everybody. Everybody's saying goodbye to you. Lori says goodbye. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful night. I will see you again tomorrow for those of you who are going to join me for the live streams tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Happy stitching.